Okay, good morning. Welcome to Thursday stretch session, number 19, I believe. If you have a strap, we will use it a bit for our shoulders today. And we're going to actually start in a seated position. So if you'd like to sit up on a block or a blanket or something comfortable, go for it. And let's see, this Sunday will be the next Zoom workshop, which will be a Warrior 4 workshop, which will be a very, not traditional warrior flow, but we are going to break down the main warrior postures as well as create a nice strong flow. So you can sign up for that at derekbarris.com/yoga, where you will also find music playlists for these classes as well as donation links for the YouTube classes if you are so inspired. And Substack subscribers get to access all of my Zoom workshops for free. Substack subscription gets you a weekly Monday newsletter about different aspects of health and mental health and physical health, as well as access to these workshops for $7 a month. So that said, let's start going. So you have a comfortable cross-leg position. Let's have your right leg on top. So we'll start there. Or in front, whatever works for you, but we will switch out the legs to start. And let's begin with some cat-cows. So taking your hands in front of your shins, it's nice to hold your shins here, pull your heart forward, and then as you exhale, draw your navel in and round. And taking a few rounds like that. Let's take two more. And then finding a tall seat. And again, you don't need a strap. You can also use a towel, but if you have one, you're going to take it. And it's just going to create some tension in your shoulders for these movements, and that's what we want here. So you can take your arms above your head, about shoulder distance, maybe a little wider, and begin with the twisting. So twist over to the right. And then come through center and twist over to the left. Just going side to side. Trying to ground down through your sits bones. So you're not moving your hips around, you're really focusing on that movement from your midsection. And take one more round. And then center off. Release that down. Now, you can interlace your hands behind your back. I'm actually going to create a little more space. I'm going to grab my strap behind my back about shoulder distance, a little bit tighter, and then inhale. And then as you exhale, just nice and easy, start to fold forward, and then either holding the strap or your hands interlaced, just come forward. Not going to be a complete release because I want you to feel as though someone's pulling back. So you need a little bit of abdominal engagement here. Just take a few deep breaths into that space. One more breath. Nice and easy. Come back up and roll that out for a moment. Okay, so you can move the strap off to the side and then take your right leg, so it's the one on top hopefully, and then bring your leg out to the side here with your knee bent. And if you're on some padding, you can just come off of it and we'll do a little bit of mobility work here. So we're going to take our right leg back a bit here, and then we're going to put it down, right? Just nice and easy, working that hip now. And then pull it back up, and then rotate it down. So my foot is even with my glutes here, with my left glute. My right hip is slightly off the ground. Okay, one more. And then when you come up, take your right arm and thread it inside, and then sit up tall. You can push through your left hand and just pulse that right hip open a little bit. Keep your left shin and left knee on the ground while you do this. Okay, and then go ahead and put that back down and then release. And I'm on the side of my right foot, not on the top, but you can be on the top if you want a little stretch in the ankle. Turn over your left leg now. Inhale, lift your heart, and then let's just take some spinal undulations. Fold down, push your right hip back as you come forward, and then inhale, roll back up. Exhale. Okay, 3 more. Okay, last one. Now listen, as you come up, as you roll down, I should say, put your left forearm on the ground and come onto your left forearm. And then use your right hand. This is something I do without my arm sometimes, but this is a gentler class. So you're gonna hover your right leg off the ground. You're gonna chamber that knee, pull that foot back, and then kick your leg straight out. And then chamber it, and then kick out, push through your heel. And try not to feel like you're just leaning on your left elbow. Push off of your left elbow. Right hand is really just there for balance. So finding your range of motion here. Let's take another 5. So I'm pulling in and then pushing through my heel. It's very much like a side kick as I push through that outer edge of my foot. Last 3, 2, and 1. Get that leg straight out there, put it on the ground, put your foot down, and then push back up. And now we're in a wide-legged Janu Shirshasana. I did pull my left foot in a little bit. If you leave it open, you'll get more stretch on your inner thighs, but I want to get a little bit more length on my forward bend, so I'm going to choose to put it inside of my inner thigh. And I'm going to use my strap. This is obviously, we're not really going to stay here. We're just starting to get a little bit of movement. So push into that strap, take an inhale. And then same idea as the other side of the twist. Roll down, undulations. Inhale, roll back up. Exhale, lower down. 3 more. Lots of helicopters in LA this morning, so if you hear some, I got one flying by right now. So it's just maybe a little bit of noise there. 2 more. And 1. And this time as you come down, just take a few breaths here. Fold over your leg. You can let the strap go. I'm going to use it and just try to lengthen my upper body and keep that isometric tension happening with my foot pushing into the strap. Just 3 more breaths. And then come back up. Now take the strap, put it here. We're going to use it for this next thing as well. All right, so you're going to bend your right knee. We're going to come up into a gate pose variation. So bring your hands down and then prop up onto your left knee. So we're not quite in gate pose. That's the straight leg. We're going to keep our knee bent for this. And let's just start with a couple pulses. I love these pulses to get to the inner thighs here. So you can let your knee bend over your foot and then just sink down into it. I am pushing into the top of my left foot as I do this as well, so that I'm not just letting all that pressure move into my left knee. I'll take 3 more. Now, next time you go down, let's pause. Find a position you can hold for a few breaths. Take your strap and bring it down, and your hand can come down and then take it behind your shoulders. And then just using that strap to create some tension here. So it's like a little side angle variation. And then you can just push through that left arm and then twist the right side of your chest up. We'll take a few breaths here. Two more breaths. Now take your left arm back over, and a little clunky, release the strap, turn, pivot your left foot back. Now you're in a low lunge. And take an inhale. Now here's your challenge. Keep your hands where they are as you kick back to a runner stretch. So only go back as far as you can without moving your hands back too. And then we're just pulsing that inhale, sinking down. Then exhale, pushing back. So I'm pushing through my fingertips the entire time. I'm not letting up there. 3 more. Last 2. Final one. And then come back up. Bring your right hand on your right thigh and prop yourself up. All right, we're going to work this QL a little bit here. So you're going to take your left arm up and then try to keep your hips stable. Turn your body open to the left. And now we're going to take your left armpit over your right knee. And then pulse that. Inhale. So if you have a block nearby, you can also put it on the ground, which is kind of nice. And then exhale, turn 2. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Put your left hand back down and take your right foot over and across and settle into pigeon. Not here long, but let's just settle in and then we can do all of that on the other side. Take a few deep breaths here in your pigeon pose. Let's take 3 more deep breaths. Okay, as you come up, you can just drop your hip to the right and then swing your legs around and then shake out your legs here and shake them out. All right, let's take that journey again. So if you want to sit on a block, you may. We're going to start with our left leg on top or in front. All right, now hands on your shins, cat-cow, inhale. Pull your navel in, exhale. Let's take 2 more rounds. Come on up. So taking your towel or strap if you have one, and we'll lift it up for these twists. So just creating some tension, turn over to the left, and then turn to the right, just playing side to side here. Again, try to ground down evenly through your sitting bones. As you rotate, let's take 1 more round. And release. Okay, so again, you can interlace your hands behind your back if you want to move there. I like having this. It helps me to really feel more stretch. More space at least, because I can pull on the strap but keep my shoulder blades a little wider than when I have my hands interlaced, but up to you. So take an inhale. And again, you may not come very far. You might even just stay mostly up and lift the strap. So find your range of motion here. You want a little bit of abdominal engagement. You want to push your sitting bones back and then just really focus on that tension pulling away, like someone's pulling that strap or your hands away. Take 4 more breaths. come on back up. Okay, so the strap down, and then take your left foot out to the side. And again, if you're on a block, you can come off of it. And then you want to take that left foot back so that you're even with your glute basically. Lower your left knee. So it should sit right inside of your right foot, and that's how you know where you're at, and then lift it back up. Keep your right shin driving down. 2. Two more. And then this time, as you come up, take your left hand inside, push your right shin down, and just pulse that left hip a few times. Okay, and then let it come all the way back down. Turn over your right leg, almost like you were coming into a pigeon. We're going to take these undulations. Heart up, inhale, and then just rounding forward. And then from your lower abdominals, pulling in as you roll up. You want to create this rippling effect in your spine as you flow through this. 3 more. Last one, as you come down, you're going to bring your right forearm down. Again, your left hand's there for balance. And don't just lean, push off of that right forearm. Lift your left leg, chamber, pull that knee in, and then kick out through that side kick. So pull in, and kick out 2. Nice glute and outer thigh work here. That's 5. Let's do 5 more. Final 2. And 1. As you kick out, put your foot down, and then come on up. We're in that wide-legged Janu Shirshasana. Again, you can choose to keep your hip more open and work on your inner thighs, or tighten it up a little, but we're still wider than a normal Janu. And again, if you want your strap here, go ahead, grab it. And then get a nice grip. Put that tension on your foot, inhale. And then same rippling, exhale. Going to feel a little different in this position, but try to roll up as you inhale. And then lengthen and then release on your exhale. And 3 more. Cyrus has come to help. Final one. As you come down, again, you can keep that strap to tension or let it go. Just take a few deep breaths here. Lengthen out into your Janu. Okay, roll back up, and you can let the strap go, not too far. Use it next. Bend your left knee, and then come on up into that modified gate pose. So again, your right shin pushes down to help, and find a distance where you can sink without collapsing, so you can come right back up, maintain your center. Right, so I'm engaged here as I move through this. I'm not just collapsing down. Really drive through your left foot every time, especially get back up. We got 3 more. Okay, next time we go down, let's pause. And again, grab your strap. You can take it behind your shoulders here, left hand down, and then stretch that right arm up and put that tension on and take a few breaths here. 2 more breaths. Rotate the left side of your chest up. We're going to take it down, release your strap, turn into a lunge here, and then short lunge, sink down. And then from there, keep your hands where they are and just pull back into runner stretch as far back as you can go without moving your hands. And then just pulse that 2. 3 more. Final 2. And as you come back up to that lunge, again, block is great. You can also just leave your left hand on your left thigh, right arm up, and then turn, right? And then take your right armpit over your left knee. And then inhale up and turn, and exhale, twist 2. 3 more. Final one. And bring your hands down and walk your left foot over, coming into a little baby pigeon here for a few moments and just settle in. Okay, take 3 more deep breaths here. And this time, just take your time and press back to downward facing dog. And take a moment there, pedal out through your feet. I'm just going to turn around, face this way. Okay, now from your down dog, nice and easy, you're going to step your right foot outside of your right hand. And then just sink your back knee down for a moment, right? And then come up onto your fingertips. And then we'll do some hamstring curls. Inhale, heart forward. Keep your heart forward. You're going to bend your left knee, curl your left foot up towards your glute, and then release. 1, 2, 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good. Release on the top of your foot and then come onto your forearms and just settle into lizard here. And then decide, do I want to stay here? Do I want to lift my knee on the top of my foot? Or do I want to tuck my toes and kick my leg back? I have about 5 breaths for your lizard here. Now, walk your hands back. Take your left hand off of your mat, and then lift your back knee if it's not. Take your left leg, kick it through, and have a seat. Okay, so we're going to do this QL sequence we did in dynamic core flow on Tuesday. It's kind of a nice, it's mostly for your QL, your lower back area. So you're gonna lie down and hug your right knee in. We'll do it without the core work though, because this is a different class, but I do like the sequence. So again, strap is not necessary, but it's kind of nice. So let's begin by extending your right leg up and just pushing and then flexing and dorsiflexing and then demi-point in your right foot. So pushing through your toe mound, pushing through your heel. Just getting into your calf muscles for a moment. Now, if you happen to take Tuesday's class, we worked with something, not this part, but the half happy babies we're about to do. And the strap just gives you a little bit more space to not roll your upper back around while you're doing this. Okay, so I like to bend my left knee for this first part. You can keep your leg straight as well. It's just gonna give me a little bit more access to my right hip. And then you're gonna bend into a half happy baby using that strap and then push. And what I like about the strap is I keep that tension on my foot the entire time. So it gives me something to push into rather than just extending my leg up. Take 3 more. And up. Now for the second part, you're going to want to straighten your left leg. You're going to roll over that hip a little bit. So pull back into a half happy baby and then pass the strap over to your left hand and take it across your body. So you're moving into that twist, right? So you're gonna do that a couple times. Pass across, half happy baby, and then kick your leg out into your twist. So again, the strap is helping me keep my right shoulder on the ground the entire time. And otherwise, as I go across, I'd probably start to lift it. And that's not really my goal here. 2 more. Okay, last one we hold. And finding that twist. And again, right shoulder on the ground. And then flex your right foot. We're gonna do a little abduction, adduction. Lower your foot, maybe touch the ground or close, and then lift it out, straight up, I should say. All right, so just playing with that range of motion. Feel my outer thigh, feel a little inner thigh, feel also my QL here, especially as I go down. So having that tension, my left bicep is working as I pull that leg toward me and push against it. Let's take 5 more. Now bend your knee in, and you're going to take the strap off. Okay, and then bring your big toe on the ground. Now you're going to try to keep your big toe on the ground here, and we're going to do a triangle movement. So you're in your twist. Take your right foot down to your left foot, and then sweep it out as far as it'll go, and then pull your right foot back to your left knee. Down to your left foot, big wide arcing sweep, and to your left knee. 3 more. And if your foot is not on the ground, that's okay. You can still do this movement. I'd rather have my shoulder on the ground while I do this than my foot. Last one. Back to your knee. Now we're going to reverse direction 5 times. Kick it out to the side. Arc it down to your left foot and then back up to your knee. So again, push it out, sweep it down, pull it up 2. 3 more. And 5. Oof. Come to center. bend your left knee, put your right foot across. And just let that release for a moment. So we're either going to do thread the needle, which you're welcome to do, but I'm going to work into my piriformis a little bit here, and I'll invite you to come with me. So you take your right foot with your left hand, and then your right hand goes outside of your right thigh. You can keep your left knee bent or extend it out. And then we're going to pulse this, and then we'll hold the last one. So the goal here is not to drop your right foot towards your pelvis. You want to keep it right out from the knee, and then push your right knee over to your left armpit, and then slide it back to center. Right foot is flexed, right? Push it over, slide it out 2. 3 more. 2. Okay, last one, let's hold. So push it out and kind of keep that right foot as high as the knee. Take 5 breaths. And you're controlling it. The more you push with your right hand, the more you're going to feel it. The more you pull with your left hand as well. And 2 more breaths. Release back to center. Extend your right leg out, shake out your legs. Feel how that went. And if it doesn't matter which way you orient, because I need to actually face the other direction to do that, so I'm going to take my left arm over my head. I'm going to roll over onto my stomach, right from there. Right. So if it doesn't matter, again, which way you need to orient, you can go to down dog from there, but otherwise, you're going to just push up and find your downward facing dog. So of course if you're at home doing this, we have our space restrictions, and so I need the space to take my left leg out and I'm not up against the wall. But we start with our hamstring curls and then lizard. So step your left foot outside of your left hand and lower your right knee. And come up on your fingertips. Take an inhale. Keep that little cobra in your chest, and then bend your right knee 1. Inhale. Bend, and then clamp at the end 2. Two more. And 5. Okay, so release your foot back and then come down onto your forearms or a block. Again, you can keep knee down, top of the foot, knee up, or knee up, toes tucked. Hold and pull your heart forward, or a little movement might feel nice here. Two more breaths. Try to press equally through your left forearm and your right. The tendency here is to roll to the right and put more weight there. So you need to push that left forearm down consciously to maintain that balance. Okay, walk your hands back. Take your right hand out to the side, and you're going to kick through and come to lie on your back. And again, have the strap nearby. If you're using it, hug your left knee in. Okay, so I'm going to start with my right knee bent. And you're going to take the strap around your left foot and then kick your leg up. And again, to start, put it around the ball mound of your foot rather than the middle of the foot. That way, push up through your heel and you can pull down. That's your dorsiflexion, and then push into your demi point. Two more. And then I'm going to slide it down more towards the middle of my foot and in my left hand now, and pull into a half happy baby. And then kick your leg up. Keep that tension on your strap. 2 more. Now if your right leg is bent, you can straighten it. Watch out for any cats trying to get in the way. Bend your left knee. And then pass over to your right hand and move into your twist. And let's play with that half happy baby. And twist 2, keeping that tension on your strap through this range of motion. 3 more. This is such a good movement for your lower back. As I mentioned Tuesday, I tweaked my lower back on Sunday, just a little slip when I was deadlifting. It's feeling, 95% today, so I feel good. But when the inflammation went down, I immediately went into this movement, and it really helped to keep blood flow happening there. This is 5, let's hold. All right, so gentle movements, but very effective for PT. Now we have this twist. Let's keep the tension, lower your foot, and then kick it out. So we'll do a set of 10 here. So as I've mentioned before, there's 5 more, right? When I broke my leg when I was young, I was laid up for 3 months, and now doctors realize you never do that. You want to get blood flow to regions. So even something with a femur break, you're walking like basically the next day on crutches. 2 more. So whenever I have injuries, I always let the inflammation go down first, but then I immediately start moving. 1. And then bend your knee back in, take the strap off, and then put your big toe on the ground and keep your left shoulder down. And we'll start down to your right ankle with your big toe, and then sweep it out to the side, and then pull it back in. Now, of course, every injury is different. There are some that require more rest. But in general, especially when you know that it's nothing too bad, blood flow is really important. I feel a little different this side. This side's always been a little tighter on me. And there's 5. Back in, and then let's go the other direction. So push out, down to your right foot, and then up to your left knee. Three more. Last one. And up to center, coming into your, just for a moment, let it rest in that gentle pigeon shape. And you may take thread the needle here. Again, if you're on the other side, obviously you want to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to go work towards my piriformis muscle. So you can take your left foot with your right hand, and then left hand outside of your thigh. You can keep your knee bent or extend it on this one. And then again, let's push your left knee over to your right armpit, and then pulse it back. Three more. Last 2. And 1. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. So again, you're controlling it. Flex your left foot, push down to the degree that you can. And try to keep your left shoulder down. So you're twisting again from your lower back, mid back, not from your shoulders. 2 more breaths. And release to center. Good. Let that go. Shake it out. Okay, so 2 big sequences today. A lot of movement. We're gonna keep it mellow here for our final segment. So grab your block or towel or pillow, something you can bolster yourself up on, and we're gonna take a supported bridge pose. I'm going to hold it for a little bit here. So you can go to the lowest level, middle level. I don't recommend the upper level, but some people are very backbendy, and they can go to the highest level of the block and feel very supported. And if that's you, go for it. I'm just going to be here for the next minute or so. You should feel, when it's right under your sacrum, you should feel very supported and that you can completely relax into it. You can keep your knees open or you can collapse them together, whatever is most comfortable here. Remember, this last segment is really more now about relaxation. So if you're on the block and you feel that you're struggling, then I would turn it down a level. And see if you can relax your shoulders a bit here, relax your facial muscles, relax your jaw, relax your toes and your fingers. And take another 5 deep breaths. If you're good where you are, you can remain for another minute. Otherwise, we're going to go up into our supported shoulder stand. So draw your knees in and up. And if you're near a wall, you can also turn this and legs up to the leg up the wall. You can turn into the wall. Put your butt up against the wall. Otherwise, again, just try to soften now. Take another 4 deep breaths here. Okay, and then bending your knees back, and nice and easy, putting your feet on the ground. Lifting your hips up, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. And then extend your legs out, shake them out. Okay, take your hands, we're going to do a little shoulder work here. It's gentle, but get a little bit of a stretch. Take your hands behind your head, interlace them. And let's start on our right side. So just roll over onto your right side. Now, this is very much like the accordion work we do with our legs as we go in and across. You're going to keep your right elbow down. Your head should be relaxed. And then inhale, take your left elbow up, and then twist your body open. Whoop, too much. So you want to make sure your right hip is down. There we go. And then open. And then exhale, turn it back down. And so just rolling open, pushing your right elbow down. So a slightly different way to approach a twist. We'll take 3 more. Last one. And roll onto your back. And we'll go to the other side. So yeah, again, you want to make sure you're up on that left hip. Okay, there we go. And then inhale, rolling, keeping your left elbow down now, just opening up. Exhale, turning in one. Three more. Final one. And rolling back onto your back. And grab your strap for this last part, if I can find it. There it is. Okay. And bend your left knee and put your left foot on the ground. And then take your strap around your right foot and kick your foot up. Now again, we're just using the strap here for tension. So you're going to push from your femur bone, push your outer foot out, roll into that external rotation, and then back in. Two more. Now, last one, hold. Externally rotate your right hip, and then in that external rotation, extend your leg out, but don't let it go all the way to the ground. Find somewhere where you can pull back in that external rotation and your left hip is neutral. And just pull back on it. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe you can turn it a little bit more as it's lower, but try not to swing your left hip over. Two more breaths. Lift it back up, rotate it back to center, and then move into your hamstring stretch. Now, true hamstring stretch, your foot is right above your hip, right? And you're pushing up. Of course, we can come forward more. It just changes the stretch, moves it higher. So you can work with that as well. You can pull yourself up. 5 breaths here. I'm going to stay here and just use that strap. You can also straighten your left leg at this point if you want. Two more deep breaths. And then soften your right knee and take the strap off. And you can extend it out, shake it out. Feels pretty loose. Let's go to the other side. So placing the strap around your left foot, you can bend your right knee if you want. It's kind of nice here, especially for the external rotation. So start, again, from the femur, push the strap over with that outer foot, and then rotate back. Last one, push out. And keep it out. And again, just lower to the degree that you can. It doesn't have to be very low at all. Just keep that external rotation, or actually add to it without sweeping your hips over to the right. 4 more breaths. Pull back up, rotate back up to center, and then move into your hamstring stretch again. You can keep it above your hip, pull it in a little bit, climb the leg, straighten your right leg. Just keep pushing up with your heel, whether you have a strap or not. Let's breathe for 5. And release that leg out. Release your right leg out. Let your palms turn up. And I will leave you here. As always, take a few moments, a few minutes actually, for your resting pose. Thank you for joining me for another stretch session. I will see you for dynamic core flow next Tuesday. Namaste.